What?
I'm just picturing Pearl in a room with King Kong and Godzilla trying to fight them.
And then...
Can you do an impression of him, please?
I bet you all my gold that man over there will die.
That's quite spot on, actually. Yeah, very Southern American.
Fucking Spy Kids.
What, the fun people? Siren barely flies in the film, and we've just resorted to flying the whole time, having battles with people. Hello flickos and flickettes, welcome back to a brand new video. It's been a long time, it's probably been one of our longest gaps. No, it's been our longest release gap, I think. It's not been our longest filming gap, but back in the day we filmed like 3 videos and then edited them for months. And I'm half asleep. We were meant to film this 2 days ago, but we've pushed it back because we were really hungover Saturday morning. So we pushed it to Sunday, was really hungover, and it was like, oh, let's just film it after work tomorrow. I still feel hungover. This is a brand new idea. I genuinely have never seen it on YouTube before. I come up with it myself. It could be really bad. It could be really great. If you staring at me like that, it's scary. If you guys like it, we will 100% do a part 2 if this does well on views. Our last video completely flopped, and it's probably our best video out of all of them. The Christmas one, yeah, it flopped so bad, but it might have been our funniest one. This is the horror movie villain battle royale. Disney? No, what are you talking about? This is the ultimate horror villain battle royale. So, what this is, it's similar in format to our tournament videos. People competing against each other this time, rather than films. But there will be 4 in each matchup. But this time we've got to spin the wheel, which will randomise a horror movie location. And it will also randomise how many of those people in that matchup will die. And we write on our board who is going to die. We both turn it around. If we disagree, then we kind of tell our stories, how we think it would go down. And then we can kind of decide which one is the correct one. Or we could combine our 2 together if you know it makes a good story. If you've got some good elements in yours and I've got some good elements in mine, then we'll match them, combine them together and make a little story. And then it keeps going until we get to the finals. I've included every single horror movie villain pretty much from every single film we've seen, but it was a huge list, so we split it into 2. So if this does well, we will do a part 2, which has all the other ones that aren't on this list. I randomised which ones were going to appear on this list. So if you see a big horror movie villain that's missing, it either means they'll be in the next video, or we haven't seen the film. Did you understand the rules, guys? You got it? You understand the rules, Rachel? If you like this and you like part 2, we will do the exact same format, but for Disney villains. But we thought we'd start with horror movie villains because a lot of our fans are horror movie fans. That's pretty much our main fan base.
We haven't done a horror thing in ages.
Yeah. So we thought we'd kind of quench the thirst of our horror movie fans out there. Spoiler warning for every possible horror film that is out since even 2023. So the first matchup, this is actually going to be interesting. This video could be so bad, or it could be the best video on YouTube. First matchup is Sandy, Mama Voorhees, Christine, and Cloverfield, aka the Cloverfield monster.
Who the hell is Sandy?
There's going to be a lot like this.
Like Sandy Claus from Nightmare Before Christmas.
There's a lot of characters who are just first names, so we're probably going to forget who they are. Sandy is from Last Night in Soho.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and their location is... We've got the Grabber's Basement from whatever that film's called, The Black Phone. I forgot what that film. God, our brains are not working today.
Okay, so I need to think of that location and those
characters. Picture them all within. Okay, and then we've got how many are going to die.
Stupid.
You've got to picture how many are going to die. 2 people are dying.
So we just say the 2 that...
No, you write them down. Write them down.
That are going to die.
Yeah. Sandy versus Mama Voorhees versus Christine versus Cloverfield. Well, this is tough, actually.
No. This is actually so easy. And I've got reasons why and everything.
Alright, should we show? 3, 2, 1.
Sandy and Mama Voorhees.
I've gone with Sandy and Cloverfield.
Are you joking?
Shall I give my reasons first?
Cloverfield? Isn't that a massive thing?
Do you want me to go first, or do you want to give your reasons first?
Well, I'll go first.
Right.
They're in the Grabber's basement, which is this tiny little basement.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a Cloverfield monster in there, it would take up the whole room. You'd get squished automatically. The car may have a bit of luck because it's like quite sturdy, a car can also easily just ram into like the other two. Sandy's like this old woman.
Wait, is it the old woman version or the young woman version? Are you going with the old woman then?
Yeah, the old woman, and she gets killed by
What does she get killed by? Is it just
fire.
the house sets on fire, doesn't it? She falls down the stairs or
Yeah,
something.
so she gets killed by that. I'm pretty sure an evil car and a massive monster could easily kill her. Mama Voorhees is another like
Old woman. It's weird that we've had two old women.
So like they'll probably be fighting each other because like they're similar. So like, oh yeah, come on, let's battle it
Wouldn't
out.
they team up though?
And then
if
the
they're
car
similar?
will just ram into both of them. Cloverfield will just like jump and then land on all three of them, and then they're dead.
Yeah, but only two die. So someone else, Christine, you're saying survives.
Yeah.
Well, we both agreed Christine survives, so he's automatically.
Basically, Cloverfield is the boss of this level.
Yeah, well, I've written Cloverfield. That's the thing. So my reasoning is, you say he would fill up the room, but he's massive. The basement's tiny. He would destroy the room. He'd be out of bounds, and that's an illegal move in this game. So,
Who said that?
so he's out of the room. He can't even see them because they are just under. I guess. You know what, you're right. Even
You
if you
just
destroyed the room,
land
rubble
on
would
the-
fall on them.
Yeah, exactly.
And the car would be fine under rubble.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the car could drive off, to be fair.
yeah, they have to stay within the map.
But there's no,
If
yeah,
they
there's
can.
no running away.
Yeah,
You
no
can't
running
run
away. You have to stay in the map. Obviously, the Cloverfield can't help destroying it accidentally. They spawned in this room, so he spawned and just instantly broke it. All right, we'll go with yours. We'll go with yours.
Yours.
I just thought he was too big for the room.
You're
How
just-
is he going to get beaten in any other way? I had to think of something to.
There's ways, don't you worry.
Who got the kills? Because I'm going to give points for who kills. So, are you saying Christine run them both over while Cloverfield's just?
I think Christine runs them both over. Sandy dies from that one hit, but Mama Voorhees doesn't. She's still like half alive.
She's
like,
she's
crawling
tougher.
on the
She's
floor.
tougher. Yeah.
And then Cloverfield just like squishes them both. But apparently Christine's still alive, so.
Yeah, Christine could easily survive that. Oh, I forgot to mention that part. I'll mention that quick. Humans that are from the same film or franchise, we have given them a bit of an advantage because they're just regular humans by pairing them up with other people from their film. So we have Chef Slowick and Elsa from The Menu, and we've got Sasha Rasimov, who is I don't remember who that is. Sasha Rasimov. Hostel, the one who runs the whole thing. Mademoiselle, just a regular woman
What's
from
that?
Martyrs. She's the one who runs the whole.
Oh,
Whoa!
yeah.
What are the odds of that? We've got two people who run a torture house up against each other. That's such a weird coincidence. And Julia and Frank Cotton from Hellraiser. He's the skinless man who escaped from hell, and he wants to gain his skin back, and she helps seduce men back.
Yeah.
Their room is the office building from the Belko experiment. And how many die? One. Only one dies this time. This is quite an even matchup. We've got 4 humans. No, 6 humans.
Wait, only one dies?
Well, one. So,
yeah.
the pair,
Yeah,
both
yeah.
of them would have
Yeah,
to die.
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Sheffy.
I've gone
Yeah,
chefs. Yeah, I've gone the same. So they're definitely dead, but we just got to see whose scenario we're going with. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
Basically, they don't even do anything. Like, they have minions in the film. So say if they're in the office building and people are running off, they're just going to be in the kitchen, fucking cooking burgers.
Actually, I don't cook burgers unless someone asks them to.
Yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy, to be specific, who died in the last
Yeah, well,
round.
Sasha might be like, oh, can you make me a burger? The chef goes and makes a burger, and then he just fucking whacks him over the head with a rolling pin. Elsa's just a little simp, so she'd just kill herself after he dies anyway.
It was weird because we actually got 4 people technically, who do absolutely no fighting at all in their films. They just get people to do it for them. So Julia and Frank Cotton are the only ones that do any form of killing. My scenario was just, they're in an office building. There's no good food in there, no ingredients for them. So they just fucking kill themselves and burn themselves. Just like in the film, spoilers. But Menu's still quite a recent film where we spoiled the whole thing. But who cares? You should have seen it by now. It's not even very good. Which scenario do you like better? Mine was a bit of a simple
Mine's
one.
better.
Yeah, we go with yours again. So that means Sasha gets a kill, right? I like how we're going with yours. I'm supposed to be the storyteller. I'm the scriptwriter here, and we've gone with her. Right, we've got The Woman in Black, Belle and Genesis from Knock Knock, Deep Throat. I've included each of the Cenobites, the 4 Cenobites from the original Hellraiser. She's the female one. And Pell from Midsommar.
Is that the dude that like lures in there?
Yeah.
Who becomes friends with them?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And they are in hell. Oh shit.
Well, they are villains, so they do belong there.
Yeah, but think about it. Who's got the hugest advantage here? Two are dying.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. I've gone Pell and the Woman in Black.
I've gone Pell and Belle and Genesis.
Oh, you've gone for the humans. Okay. I'll give my reasoning, alright? First of all, I don't remember anything that happened in The Woman in Black. I don't know what she does. I don't know what her powers are. But I know Belle and Genesis are very seductive people. And the Cenobites absolutely love that stuff. They love sex and seduction. So they would use their seductive powers on Deep Throat. Deep Throat would work with them. Deep Throat has all the power because she's from hell. That's where she resides. So Pell's just a guy who doesn't do anything at all in the film, right?
He's a sexy guy.
Is he?
No, I don't know.
No, he survives the film, to be fair. He doesn't die, does he? So I should give him points for that, but nah, he stinks. He's dead first. Deep Throat fucking throws a chain. Is that what she does? I know Pinhead does that. I don't know what power she has. Throws a chain in his face. He's fucking dead instantly. And the Woman in Black, she what does she do? what's her powers?
We'll get to it.
Okay, well, in my head, she is a ghost. So once she's in hell, she just becomes a normal person. Ghosts are in purgatory, right? So once she's in hell, she's no longer a ghost. So Belle and Genesis ain't doing nothing. They're just chilling behind Deep Throat while she does all the shit. She fucking throws a chain right through the Woman in Black's stomach.
Well, Pell is just definitely gonna die. Belle and Genesis, because they're gonna like seduce him and then kill him. Actually, no. The Deep Throat is gonna kill Pell. Belle and Genesis aren't even murderers. It's questionable if even they would be in hell because.
Well, they are. They spawn there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like they're not even that evil. And if you watch the film, he's a cheater. They're just messing with him. He doesn't even get killed. Whereas the Woman in Black is probably one of the most evil women in the world because she kills children.
You counted Daniel Radcliffe as a
makes
child.
Children kill themselves.
Bloody hell.
So I think that's pretty evil. Belle and Genesis would also get killed by Deep Throat.
So Deep Throat
gets 2 kills.
I like my one. I think the whole Belle and Genesis teaming up with Deep Throat works. And like you said, they're not that evil. Deep Throat's not evil necessarily. They kill people who open a box.
Fine.
But in this situation, she has to kill 2 people at least. Plus, Woman in Black's boring.
To be fair, Woman in Black's a bit like... She's a bit pathetic.
Because she kills children.
No, because she like is so sad over her own son dying that she...
That is pathetic. That is real pathetic. Ooh, okay. We've got the Poltergeist from the Poltergeist versus the La Dormas family, I think that's how you pronounce it, from...
Beauty and the Beast.
from Ready or Not. Close, actually. Chad.
From High School Musical.
Who's Chad? Chet is... No, Chad's the guy from Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. I was thinking Chet is the guy from Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, but he's Piranha 3DD, yeah. And Brahms Hillshire from The Boy.
From The Boy. So we've got the Ready or
we
Not
have
gang.
Yep, there's about I looked it up, there's about 8 or 9 of them, I believe, probably 8.
Brahms, The Boy, Poltergeist, and
Chad.
Chad.
He doesn't have a second name, I looked it up, he's just Chad. And they are in... What are the odds of that? It landed on hell twice in a row.
Can you remove it?
No, because if we do part 2, I want to keep it. Right, what the hell? It is literally just above the line from hell. It nearly landed on it 3 times. We got the mall from Dawn of the Dead, surrounded by zombies. I haven't included any like generic villains. They have to be a specific character. So I haven't included just like zombies or aliens. You know, they have to be specific from a film or franchise. Okay, and how many are dying? 1. Remember, the whole of the La Domas family has to die. Like a bunch of them could die. But as long as one of them gets through to the next round, I don't even know the exact amount. But let's say there's 8 of them. I don't remember much of that film, but I tried to look it up. But there was different sources saying different things. I think it's pretty obvious. This one.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Chad. What's he gonna do? He's a little pussy.
Look, he's just gonna get bitten by a zombie.
He's fucking allergic to like chamomile tea or something.
Brahms can like hide in the walls.
Yeah, he hides in the mall walls. The
poltergeist is like just roaming around. No one even knows she's there.
Yeah, she's just leaving them to their devices. Doesn't need to do anything.
That family are used to like playing hide and seek, so they'll be trying to find Brahms because that's their like job.
Yeah. They're walking around with like guns and stuff.
They're trying to find the boy in the walls. And Chad's just like, oh, where's everyone going? And then he just goes to the shop and eats
some chamomile tea. Is it chamomile tea? I'm going to say, though, just to make it a bit more interesting, during their search for the boy, the Brahms, sorry, not the boy, like 5 of the Dormouse family, or 4 of them die. Like a bunch of them are bitten by zombies. And
I
then
think 3.
3? We'll say 3 of them die, leaving 5, maybe? Let's say that. And Chad gets killed by chamomile tea. I'm going to check that after if it actually is chamomile tea, because in our last video where we talked about Tucker and Dale, I said it was sawdust that he was allergic to, which is way off. I know it's some kind of tea. Could be like jasmine or something. Okay, we've got Tiffany Valentine, aka Bride of Chucky. Norman Nordstorm. I did not know that was his name until I looked it up. No, that's Norman Bates. Norman Nordstorm is the guy from Don't Breathe. He sounds like
that guy.
He sounds like a Lightning McQueen, like Cars character.
The blind guy.
Norman Nordstorm versus Kayako Saki, aka I think it's the Grudge Girl. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, the Grudge Girl. Versus Predator. Just one of the Predators. One of the Predator guys. One of the Predators, aka Kevin Spacey. We've got... No, this spinning thing is rigged. It's just above them all from Dawn of the Dead. It's a haunted house. They're in a haunted house. Poltergeist would have been perfect in there. Would have killed them all. And the amount that die... Oh, only 1 comes out alive. Should we just write down who comes...
Wait, who is it again? Predator, Norman
Nordstorm, Kayako Saiki...
Can I just see them?
And Tiffany Valentine. This is well tough.
In a haunted house.
The haunted house.
Oh, I know. Wait, do I? Yeah, I do.
We just write down who lives. This is only 1 person, rather than write down 3 names.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Norman Nordstorm.
What?
I put it as a joke.
Did you actually? No, I'm being serious.
Wait, I need to know your...
We're in a haunted house. It is dark. His ears are like... He can hear anything. He also was like an ex-army military guy, which is why he was like really good at shooting and fighting and stuff. Like, he's gonna be ready. The Predator, can't they not see as well?
Predator. They can see humans through like walls. They have, what's that vision called? But it's like
vision.
No, like heat wave vision, where they can see like where...
So they can see?
Yeah. They can see extra than humans. They can see more.
But like...
So we've got a blind guy versus someone who can see more than the average human.
Yeah, but he can like hear his little...
Ah, true. And the Grudge is...
Exactly.
They've got a disadvantage with the noises, you're right. And Tiffany Valentine, played by... what's her name? Jennifer Coolidge. No, she sounds like Jennifer Coolidge. Tiffany... No,
Emma Watson.
She's got a very loud, like obnoxious voice as well. She's like, you know the TikTok meme where it's like, they do not.
Yeah.
That's Tiffany Valentine.
I don't know who it is. Anyway, Norman would just like shoot that doll up.
He only uses a gun, right? That's his weapon of choice.
I think he uses a knife at one point. Or maybe he does use a sword.
No, I don't think so. He probably uses a knife.
Let's just think about it, right?
He uses a pitchfork.
There was like 4 of them in that house with him, and they all died, but 1.
Oh yeah, a girl made it out. A regular girl made it out, but then he survived. It turns out he was still alive.
Yeah.
And he had his dog with him though. That was a big advantage. He doesn't have his dog here. I should have added his dog actually, shouldn't I? Give him a little booster.
Yeah, well, maybe Tiffany will become his little dog. They'll work together, and then right at the end he just like kills her and he gets her pregnant. No, but he won't like the doll because he had a daughter that died.
I didn't even put Norman. I put Nomnan. I didn't even realise.
He had a daughter that died, so he's gonna not like the doll because it reminds him.
Or he's gonna like it even more.
So he either will befriend her or he will kill her.
You know when we both went, oh.
Yeah,
so you were thinking of Norman Nordstorm. Kayako Saki, I'm pretty sure, is a ghost. And she's in a haunted house. She realistically has all the power here. But I was just thinking, like, I kind of don't want ghosts to just keep going through because they're never going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
So I put Norman as a joke, and you actually went with Norman. I think he's
I think he would win.
I mean, we have to go with Norman because we both put him. Like, I thought you were going to put Kayakosaki, so I just put Norman to see if I could come up with some bullshit. But now he's through.
When I was going, I was thinking of him because he's got like super hearing, and they're in a haunted house which is dark.
I agree with your doll scenario. Predator, although I do like the look of Predator, it's a little bitch, really. Like, they always get killed every single film. They're pussies, really, but they look cool.
Yeah.
Kawasaki, I'm not sure how she would die. Tiffany Valentine can... they use the curse thing. That's how she gets into the doll, so they use the curse. Tiffany Valentine gets inside of Kawasaki, takes control of Kawasaki, and then Norman just fucking shoots him. Who kills Predator? Who are we saying? Tiffany gets one kill but dies.
I think
It's got to be Kawasaki.
Tiffany kills the Predator.
Because
she's quite small.
And she's not got the can't see her because she's not human.
I think that's the first death as well. Like, I think because they're all like trying to get each other, whereas Tiffany's like this little small little thing that just runs around. She just like stabs the Predator in the leg
over and over, and the Predator can't see her coming because she doesn't have the human vision thing. And Tiffany gets one kill, two kills because she takes over Kawasaki, technically killing her.
Yeah.
And then Norman shoots a ghost controlled by the Bride of Chucky. So the only human comes out of this alive. Right, we've got Butterball. Butterball is the Patrick Star looking Cenobite from Hellraiser. We've got Bagul, Jason Voorhees, and The Thing. This is a huge matchup. This is big. And they are fighting in cornfields. Or a cornfield.
What's that from?
Well, it's not all of them are from Sign. Not all of them are from things. Some of them are just like
classic
scenarios. But I was thinking Freddy versus Jason for that one, and Jason is in it. Remember, he kills those guys in the cornfield. He spins one of their fucking necks. Oh, two of them are dying. Oh, this is tough. You ready? 3, 2, 1. I've gone Butterball and Bagul.
Butterball and Bagul.
Oh, alright. So my reasoning is The Thing is so overpowered. Automatically, they don't know where the Thing is. They're all trying to figure out who's being taken over by the Thing, who might be the Thing. So they're freaking out. They're not even fighting each other.
Background going on.
Even though none of them really talk, they're all freaking out and acting like humans. They're just like, it's you, Butterball. No, it's you, Jason. Bagul has absolutely no power in this world, right? He doesn't have any kids to control. So the Thing fucking explodes out Butterball's belly. Jason just slashes up Bagul. Simple. The cornfield doesn't even apply to anything. Just loads of blood gets sprayed over the corn. It's a nice little shot. That's my scenario.
Yeah.
But you back it.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's
literally what I was going to say.
He's going to say the exact same thing as me.
No, but
even
I
with the
was
shot
gonna
of the
say,
blood
like,
spraying on the
Bagul
cornfields.
Is the loser in this world because
Yeah.
he literally is only good for like kids.
Actually, we've got the lipstick face demon from Insidious.
Is that what he's called?
Yeah.
That red.
Yeah, Darth Maul looking.
Are you joking?
No, that's what he's called.
What the hell is he called that?
Well, I guess he looks like he's covered in lipstick. And the Lassa Glass, or Lassa Glass, from Oculus. I wasn't sure whether to include this because it's just an object.
No,
but I included
so
Christine.
good.
I included
Yeah.
Christine. The Grabber from. I can't remember what that film's called. It just came out, the Black Phone. It came out literally like a few months ago.
Phone, yeah.
And Toby from Paranormal Activity.
Basil, the Great Mouse Detective.
Toby from the Simon. He's the ghost from the Paranormal Activity franchise. And they are fighting in
Baker Street.
Tokyo. Let's find.
What? That's a bit random.
No, there's one character who this is for. Only one dies.
Is Toby a child?
I remember in Paranormal Activity 3, the kid's talking to him, and she's like, "He's my friend," and the dad's like, "Is he young like you or old like grandma?" And she goes, "Old like grandma." 3, 2, 1. The Grabber. Grabber's a little bitch.
I think the lipstick face demon is just doing his little puppet show thing, whatever he does. Like, he's not even really in this. He's just like chilling.
Doing his own thing, yeah.
Toby is just like
haunting the people of Tokyo.
Yeah, he's just like walking around, you know.
He doesn't walk. Actually, Well, in the recent
Slides.
one, he ends up becoming some sludge monster. So he actually has some kind of sludge form now.
Okay.
If we're going with that, so he can be walking around Tokyo as a sludge
Okay,
monster.
and then the Lhasa glass, is that what it's called? That is on the wall in a church.
Oh.
And the grabber walks in because he's like regrets what he's been doing with all these kids. So he's gone into
He regrets
the church.
it?
Yeah, he
Wow.
he like feels a bit of guilt. So he goes in there to like pray or whatever.
Get rid of his guilt from kidnapping multiple
And the
children.
glass is there and it lures him in, and then he just sees like all the kids that he'd killed running around behind him, and then they all like attack him, but it's actually him just like gouging his own eyes out.
Oh, I like it.
So he dies.
I'll back it. That's good.
Oh, he first sees balloons and then they turn into balloons. That mirror is like OP.
Yeah, that mirror is so OP. It wins.
Right.
It wins in Oculus, right?
Spoilers.
Spoil it. Well,
Yeah.
we spoiled.
Why is that not Oculus 2? I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's such a good.
But Oculus 2 wouldn't be good. Like, I want an Oculus 2, but it wouldn't be good. Two of the characters in this win in their films. Toby's never been beaten. And the Lhasa glass. How do you say that? I hate saying that.
It's because you're saying it like how Amy Pond says it.
I don't remember how she says it. I had to look it up to find out what it was. The Lhasa glass. Yeah, you're right. Wait, isn't she Scottish? Would she not say the Lhasa glass? Alright, we've got Sweeney Todd
Sydney Sweeney.
versus the Smile entity from The Smile versus Athena Stone and the Hunters
Who?
from The Hunt
Okay.
versus Pennywise. Oh, that would have been good to go against the grabber because we would have had the red balloons versus the black balloons. Athena Stone and the Hunters, there is her and 6 of them, I believe. We're just referring to the Hunters that appear in that trench at the end. And you've got Dennis from It's Always Sunny. He's the only one I really remember. I like how Tokyo didn't even really come into play at all.
There's a church in Tokyo.
They're fighting in the Carnival from Zombieland, featuring zombies.
Ooh, that's good for the clown.
Oh, what are the odds of that? Come on. Ah, I thought it was going to be 3 dying. Just one again, just one. Just a little heads up. The only one that appears on here that I have not seen is Sweeney Todd, but I have no idea what it does. Is it you first or me first? Me first. I've gone Sweeney Todd.
Athena Stone and Gang.
Oh, so you've gone for all of them. I'll say my scenario. Okay, so the Smile entity, he's not appearing because it's an entity. They're not there. But Sweeney Todd, Athena Stone and the Hunters, and Pennywise are all running away from the zombies. Pennywise is hanging out, he's disguised as some clown zombies, so they don't notice him. A couple of the Hunters die. Let's say 2 of them get killed by zombies. Sweeney Todd kills another one with his scissor hands.
Scissor hands?
Yeah, that's what he has, isn't it?
Just because it's Johnny Depp doesn't mean he's...
What does he have then? What does he do?
He just slits people's throats, but he's not...
He's a barber,
No,
isn't he?
with that knife.
Doesn't he cut
those
hedges?
old-fashioned
Oh, yeah.
little barber
Yeah.
knife.
So 3 of the Hunters are dead. Dennis is not one of them. Dennis is not dead. Then 2 of them become Smile entities.
Dennis?
From It's Always Sunny. He plays one of the Hunters, so I'm just calling him Dennis. The other 2 Smiles, the other 2 Hunters aren't Dennis and Athena Stone. They turn into Smile entities. So they start walking after them, smiling, whatever they do. I don't...
You only have one smiling at a time.
Oh, okay, only one of them smiles.
Yeah.
Another one is killed by Pennywise. They're all dead except for Dennis and Athena Stone. I'm keeping Dennis alive in this situation because I love Dennis. And then the one hunter that's the Smile entity goes after Sweeney Todd and does that weird thing at the end of the Smile where he like goes into his mouth and kills Sweeney Todd.
I disagree. So Pennywise, he goes into his little clown tent bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, ignore him for a minute. Athena Stone and the gang, you're like following them. One gets killed by a zombie. The Smile entity goes on one of them.
Similar to me, yeah.
One
Exactly
ends
the same
up
scenario.
in a little barber shop. That's in the carnival.
Oh, is that a thing? Carnivals?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in the one from Zombieland.
Not a barber shop then. The pie factory. There's a pie. There's always like I've been to like a horror maze that was carnival themed, and there was a pie factory in there.
I didn't even know pie factories were a thing. I know pie shops.
Well, there's a pie van then in the carnival place.
Okay.
Like where you go
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like eat pies, because this is based in the UK.
Zombieland is not based in the UK. This is a carnival.
Americans love pie. One of them, Dennis,
Mm-hmm.
goes to get a pie from the factory. He's a bit hungry, and Sweeney Todd comes out and like
No.
slices his throat and turns him into a pie, because that's what he does.
Oh,
He loves
okay.
pies. And then Athena is the only one left, She sees this whole like pie thing happening, like him like grinding up all the body and turning it into pie. And she runs into this tent. So then she's in this tent, she sees a bunch of clowns, and then she like turns and she sees this clown doing a little dance thing.
A little.
And then he just mouths her.
Mouths her?
Yeah, he goes,
well, kisses her, gives her a little kiss. Squeeze up this way.
And then they all dead.
They all dead?
They're all dead.
I'll back it. You know, the whole thing.
Come on, that's so much fun.
No. The clown, yeah. Well, it was exactly the same as mine, except Sweeney Todd baked Dennis into a pie. And I'll back it that the clown can kill Athena Stone, Pennywise, sorry. But I still think that the Smile Entity kills Sweeney Todd and Dennis makes it out alive.
No.
Come on, let me have Dennis. We've been watching It's Always Sunny last night. Can we just let him live? Let him through to the next round.
No.
Yeah, mine makes sense. The Smile Entity takes over.
Oh, Sweeney Todd.
They would go for people who are more powerful, wouldn't they? They would let the humans live because they're fine with that. They wouldn't go for them first. So realistically, the Smile Entity would take over the humans and then go after the people who are powerful. So I think it makes sense that the Smile Entity would take over one of the hunters and kill Sweeney Todd.
Wait, doesn't the smile latch onto you
if you witness someone kill themselves or something? Oh yeah.
So
Athena Stone kills herself straight away, and then the smile.
One of them doesn't get eaten by a zombie. He goes on a Ferris wheel to get away from them all, and then he ends up falling off it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's it called?
What?
He lands and like
on a spike, impales
himself.
Tackle and impale.
And the other one that gets the Smile Entity witnesses that, which is why he gets the Smile Entity. And then
he kills Sweeney Todd.
No, and then Sweeney Todd kills Dennis.
No, Dennis.
And then Athena dies from Pennywise.
I want Dennis to live. Alright, you're not backing down from this, are you? Alright, we'll go with yours, but Dennis puts up a fight and at least injures Sweeney Todd somehow. What does he use in the film? I don't even remember. I'm just thinking of Dennis from It's Always Sunny. I was going to say he uses skis to whack him, so not just a ski episode. He has a bow and arrow, shoots it at Sweeney Todd's leg, but Sweeney Todd's already on him. So Dennis goes down with the fight. So who gets the kill there? Because they all kind of shared.
Pennywise, Smile, and Sweeney Todd all get one.
Yeah. Right, we've got Jennifer Check from Jennifer's Body versus the Crooked Man versus Jack from the house that Jack built versus the Leprechaun from the Leprechaun. You don't know that film, do you? It's just a little slasher film about a leprechaun.
Yeah, I've gathered that.
And they are fighting in...
Hopefully it's that island or something.
Like the country
Leprechaun.
or... Oh.
An Irish pub. And Dennis could have been in there.
Oh yeah.
And Paddy's.
It's New York City.
You should put Paddy's on there as a location.
That's not a horror film location.
It would have been Tokyo.
And it would not have landed on that.
New York City.
Well, if it landed on Paddy's pub, would you have let Dennis live? If the odds happened there. How many are dying this time? Oh, only one's coming out alive. Jennifer Check, the Crooked Man, Jack, or the Leprechaun. The issue is I don't know what one of these even does. 3, 2, 1. I've gone Jennifer.
I've gone Jack.
Oh.
It looks like a Leprechaun.
Yeah, why have you done it like that?
And Crooked Man.
Okay, so we both said Jenny survives.
Yeah.
Is it your scenario first? It is, isn't it?
Well, so they're in New York City. Jack's in his car looking for his next victim, and he sees Jennifer Aniston, and he's like, "Oh, that's gonna be my victim right there."
That's exactly what I
so
was
he
thinking.
pulls over, and Jenny's like trying to do a little hitch a ride thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls over, and she's like, "Oh, can you help me? Like, I need a lift." And he's like, "Are you sure? Like, I could be some weird stranger, like he does in the movie."
He thinks she's like dumb.
Yeah, and then she's like, "No, like I just want to live to the pub." The Irish pub.
Where the leprechaun resides.
She gets in the car and then she turns vampire and eats him.
Exactly the beginning of my whole thing.
And then takes over the car, drives to the pub, and there's a live band going on. And then...
The place sets on fire.
And then there's this little crooked man.
He's little, I'm pretty sure he's
there's
massive.
actually an old crooked man in the pub.
Oh, so there's nothing to do with the crooked man that's in the fight.
And then he goes backstage because he is one of the live band members' granddads. So he goes backstage to like help him out, and he sees this crooked man appear, and he was like, "Oh my lord, like that is me."
This is the real crooked man. Okay, so we've got a crooked man and the crooked man. Okay.
And he's like, "What?" And the crooked man is just staring at him like, "This is me." That ends up being his downfall of the Crooked Man once because he's used to like getting in like kids' heads. So once he's like face to face with his own self, he can't handle it.
So wait, you've introduced a new character into this storyline just to kill the Crooked Man.
So he's like doesn't know what to do, and then he just like explodes and dies. And then the leprechaun is dancing on the bar, doing a little dancing thing with a little pot of gold.
You haven't seen the film.
And then
Can you do an impression of him, please?
oh, little old Crooked Man just died right in front of me.
It was quite good, actually.
I bet you all my gold that man over there will die.
That's quite spot on, actually. Yeah, very Southern American.
Jennifer sees the little Crooked Man. I mean, not the Crooked
Little
Man. The little leprechaun on the bar dancing, and she just grabs a pint glass that's empty and just lobs it at him, and it whacks him in the head, and then he dies.
He just dies from that. Wow, I didn't realise it was that easy to kill him. I'll add to the glass. I don't think a glass hitting a leprechaun in the head will kill him, so he falls into fire while everyone's running out, so he burns.
Okay.
And then everything, literally
from the explosion, that's why there's a fire. From the Crooked Man explosion.
Yeah.
The Crooked Men, I mean.
So Jennifer gets 2 kills. Crooked Man gets killed by an implosion caused by him seeing another regular Crooked Man.
Because I don't even know what the Crooked Man is. Like,
yeah, I don't know what he does.
Like 1 second.
He like follows the boy.
Insidious 2, isn't it?
Conjuring 2. He follows the boy, and that's all I remember. And they were going to make a film about him. I don't think that's happening anymore.
He literally doesn't even do anything. I don't think he like even kills the boy.
Alright, we've got La Llorona from The Curse of La Llorona.
I've not seen that.
Siren from that VHS thing. Do you remember the first short?
Yeah.
Pinhead and Godzilla. That was what Tokyo was made for. And they are fighting in. If it lands on Tokyo, we're doing Tokyo again. It really likes the Hell and Maul from Dawn of the Dead section. It's literally landed twice on Hell and 3 times above it. Okay, we've got the Derelict London from 28 Days Later, which will also feature zombies. I'm pretty sure we've done all of the zombie locations nearly. Only one's dying again. He likes to land on 1 a lot as well.
I don't even know who La Llorona is.
That's one of the worst films I've ever seen. She pretends to be a crying woman to make people come towards her, so they hear like a woman crying.
Isn't that literally in like...
The Witch from Left 4 Dead?
Yeah.
But La Llorona's like an old classic mythological story or something, like a tale. 3, 2, 1. Godzilla.
Godzilla? Are you joking?
It's me first. Obviously, in this world, the threat of the zombies is much more of a threat than it was in the other one. They are fast, they are tough. It's even a threat to people like these, so they're focusing on the zombies more than each other. Siren can fly. Flies up, she's safe. La Llorona, I don't even know if she can be really affected by zombies. She's like a ghost. Pinhead is just chaining them all, throwing chains. Godzilla doesn't even see them. He doesn't even see what's going on down there. He steps on a few.
Isn't he massive?
He's bloody huge. He's stepping on a few, but then a bunch climb on his leg, and they just bite his leg, and he's a zombie. He's more stupid and doesn't use his fire breathing. He has a thing where he goes like and like breathes laser, like some kind of laser torpedo thing out of his mouth. He can't do that when he's a zombie. So Pinhead has the advantage. He's chaining everyone, and he chains Godzilla.
No, I think you have a battle Siren and Godzilla because Siren can fly, so they're like battling it.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
And then Pinhead is just killing zombies, and then La Llorona, she's pathetic because she's crying in the corner, right? No one's going to go up to her.
Yeah, no one's focused on her.
Because when there's zombies, like everyone's running away, so no one's going up to her. And because of her crying, all the zombies can hear her, so they all just run after her and kill her.
I'm trying to figure out. I can't remember how she gets like beaten in the.
And then Pinhead sees this happening, and then he like drags her to hell.
Okay, nice. You know what? We'll go with that. Because I don't want La Llorona in here. I hated that film. And I don't remember what she does exactly, how she gets beaten, what her weakness is. So, Pinhead kills her? Is that what you're saying? Back it, I'll back it.
Because her strength is her own weakness, basically.
Oh.
Because zombies listen out for things. And
True.
her strength, which is crying to like lure people in, isn't going to work in this world because
nobody's going
to run up to a stranger. Everyone's running away from people in this situation. So, she's dead.
Right, we got the engineer. Who's that?
From Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, no, I know who that is. Pearl.
Yeah, but who is the engineer? You can say.
Oh, sorry, I'll get to it. Chatterer and the Sinclair brothers. You know who the Sinclair brothers are, don't you?
No.
House of Wax.
Oh.
Funny enough, Chatterer is the other Cenobite. And the engineer is the giant one who is in the hallways, like he hangs from the roof and he's like full fat and he chases them down the hall. And he's real creepy. And Pal. They are fighting in piranha-infested waters.
Oh, that's a bit different.
Oh, the location here might change things completely. And only one of them's dying again. 3, 2, 1. I've gone the same, so they're definitely dead. But you give me your scenario and I'll see if I back it.
Pearl, she's like friends with crocodiles, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
So she can use. What?
It's piranha infested water, so just check it. Okay, just check it. I wasn't sure if you forgot.
She has her friend crocodile back her up and kill all the piranhas that are around her.
Oh, okay.
So she don't get affected by these piranhas.
So you're bringing the crocodile into it, I like it.
Chatterer can just like kill the piranhas as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Sinclair brothers are useless because they can't even swim.
They're made of wax, so they just sink straight to the bottom.
No, they're not all made of wax. One's got like a waxed face.
Yeah, so sink straight to the bottom. It's too heavy for him to carry.
The one with the waxed face just can't swim, so he just drowns. And then the other two just get.
Is there 3 of them? I couldn't remember if there was 2 or 3.
I've got it.
Got what?
Sorry. The wax brother dies from drowning. The other one dies from the piranhas, and then the third one, which is the one that's a twist, because he's actually the one that's
he made of wax?
He got some kills in, I think. The good-looking one, the one that like.
Rachel likes wax boys. Rachel likes wax boys.
Together.
Oh yeah.
He gets eaten by the crocodile.
So that counts as a Pearl kill.
Yeah.
I'll back it. I really like that. You're good at this. I would have never thought to bring the crocodile into it. That was clever.
Yeah.
I was just thinking Pearl's probably a better swimmer than the Sinclair brothers. Also, we love Pearl. I wanted her to go through anyway. Oh, but that's another one like Sandy. Where are we talking the old Pearl or the young Pearl? I'm picturing young Pearl. Yeah. Right. Next we've got Death. Death from Final Destination. Death from Puss in Boots. That is pretty scary, to be fair. Slender Man, Chucky, and King Kong. Wow, this is a battle. I've been very loose with the term horror movie, like obviously King Kong. It does say horror on Letterboxd, so I just went with it. And they are fighting in. Are you taking the piss? It's landed on hell again. What the hell? Oh my god, what are the odds? He's landed on Skull Island. That is King Kong's home. Oh shit. If 3 die, we know he's coming out alive. It is. Okay, this is pretty obvious. 3, 2, 1. King Kong. We have to. I was considering because Death is on there. And obviously, Death is like the most powerful thing, but we have to give it to. It's his home turf, and it landed on it. Out of all the things, we had to give it to him. Death only comes for people who avoid death, right?
Yeah.
King Kong doesn't avoid death. He's fine on his island. Chucky and Slender Man, I forgot Slender Man was even in it. They've just come onto his island. They've spawned onto his island, so he's pissed, obviously. He knows his way around it. So he finds Chucky. He's literally like that small to him. Crushes him in his hands. Done. Slender Man, he sees... What does Slender Man do? He uses like his tentacle arms, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And King Kong just grabs him, rips him off, throws him. Luckily, none of these are women, because that's obviously King Kong's weakness. There's no women here. And then Death's like, oh shit, I can't do nothing. Death starts to become nothing, because King Kong hasn't cheated Death, he's just escaped it. He is Death now. He's killed Chucky and Slender Man. So Death just becomes non-existent. You backing it?
Yeah.
I really thought going into this, I was like, Death is just going to win. So we got to get rid of him. And King Kong, landing on Skull Island, had to win it. Right, next we've got the Armitage family from Get Out. Tristana Medeiros, which is the big zombie woman from Wreck. At the end of Wreck, she goes into the main suite at the top. Yeah. Her and the cameraman, and they're looking around room night vision. You see her walking around. Yeah. Joseph Heiter and Martin Lomax, which are the 2 Human Centipede villains. The doctor guy is Joseph Heiter, and then the fat one from the second one is Martin Lomax. Okay. We haven't seen the third one, so he's not on here. And Jack Torrance from The Shining. And they are fighting in... No! That would have been so good. Did you see what it was literally on the line of? The Overlook Hotel from The Shining. No. Oh, no. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
We landed on piranha-infested waters, so let's just go down slightly. So we're in the Overlook Hotel, because that was too close. It's literally on the line of piranha-infested waters and Overlook Hotel. And 2 of them are dying. It's your turn first this time. 3, 2, 1.
Armitage family and Joseph, Hefner and Martin.
Based off of Hugh Hefner. I've gone the exact same. So what's your scenario?
Jack Torrance is just running around their manor like with an axe.
Yeah, going crazy.
Kills 3 of the Armitage family. Tristana Medeiros is in like some dark room, and Martin, the fat one, goes in there and gets killed by her. And young one of the Armitage family,
The young boy, or
brother,
Alison Williams? Oh yeah.
he tries to fight because he goes on about like
Being like tough
like
and
a wrestler and stuff. He goes to fight Joseph
Heiter or Hater?
Oh, I thought it was an F. And Joseph kills him, ties him up, ready for his next centipede. He goes up the room to get something to like cut open his bum or whatever he does, cut up his knees.
Yeah.
And Jack Torrance axes him.
Is that all of them?
How many members are there?
Well, you said 2 died. There's a mum and dad.
Oh yeah, and then that boy dies, I said.
You didn't specify the 2 that died at the beginning.
The mum and dad. So the girl.
So the girl's still alive, yeah.
Then the girl gets killed by Tristana as well.
I'll back it. I was just my idea was the Armitage family. The woman's got the hypnotised thing, right? So she knocks out Jack Torrance while he's running around with the axe, and then she gets killed by Tristana Medeiros just after she knocks him out, so she doesn't get to kill him. And then Joseph Heiter and Martin Lomax put Jack Torrance into a human centipede along with the dad and the brother from the Armitage family. But then Alison Williams shows up and she kills the 2 human centipedes. Then she goes to she cuts her parents, her brother, free from Jack Torrance. And then Tristana Medeiros just comes in and kills them all. Actually no, Jack Torrance kills them all with the axe. No, I like your way better. Mine was shit. That was awful. You're so much better at me than this.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I just wanted to get someone in a human centipede, but then I realised the only people you can get.
I don't think Jack Torrance could be hypnotised because
he's too crazy, yeah. And I was thinking like the only people that could really be put into the human centipede are the Armitage family, and that's a little bit weird. I realised that after. So in your one, who got the kills? Tristana got 2.
Yeah, and Jack got the rest. Oh, Joseph got 1. Martin gets killed by Tristiana, and Joseph gets killed by Jack.
Jack gets 2, so she gets 3.
Yeah.
So it's quite confusing. It's like actual sports scores. This website's made for sports, and we're treating it as such now. Alright, next. Oh, that's it. So now we've got the first matchup of round 2. I believe it randomises it again. It's not just the next bunch, it randomises the whole thing again. So we've only got 3 in this matchup because obviously some of them are odd numbers. We have Mademoiselle versus Deep Throat versus Cloverfield. And we're getting rid of 1 now, so at least 2 people die. And in this one, that means only 1 makes it out alive.
Wait, what? We're getting rid of 1?
Getting rid of the number 1 from the wheel. So it can't land on 1 now.
Okay.
Location, the
Is
further.
that Insidious?
That is Insidious. Okay, so 1 of them comes out alive. Can I just ask, is the further like a after death kind of thing?
No.
Is it like some kind of purgatory?
When you go to sleep, you like go into like a dream world.
So is it not like a form of purgatory? It's like a form of death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're like ghosts in there.
3, 2, 1. Cloverfield. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So mine's simple. Mademoiselle, just like in Martyrs, she wants to find out what the afterlife is, and then when she does, she kills herself. So she is in a form of afterlife. She's like, oh shit, she's been sworn it. She's like, is this what the afterlife is? And she fucking kills herself again. Mademoiselle's gone, just like what happens in Martyrs. And Deep Throat and Cloverfield are having a big fight. I don't really know what Deep Throat uses. I said chains last time, I don't know if that's true. Cloverfield, no chance, squashes.
Yeah.
You backing it?
Yeah.
Right, we've got Norman Nordstorm, Jason Voorhees, and Brahms Hillshire. And again, only 1 comes out alive.
It's a location.
Oh yeah. The tunnels from Barbarian. So if you haven't seen Barbarian, you should watch it because it's an amazing film. It's just some tight underground dark tunnels. They're very slimy. 3, 2, 1. Jason Voorhees. Yeah, okay. I thought you were going to go Norman Nordstorm again because he happened again. It's another dark place. He's getting lucky.
Sorry, Norman, you can't beat the old Jason.
Yeah, he might be able to shoot Jason a bunch of times in the head, but Jason would just fucking turn around.
So Brahms this isn't good for him either because he can't hide in
There's
no walls.
there's no walls in the tunnels.
So he gets killed by Norman.
Yeah, let's give him a kill. I think he deserves it.
And he's like freaking out because he's like, oh, I don't have any walls to hide.
That's all he does. That's all he knows. He only knows how to hide in walls.
And then Norman's like trying to listen out for Jason, and he hears him.
He gets the advantage. Maybe shoots him.
But then Jason just like crushes his skull.
I was thinking, you know, in Freddy vs Jason, he whacks him, but like he flies all the way down the corridor. Like he whacks him. Remember that woman who flies into the tree in Freddy vs Jason? He does that to Norman. He flies all the way down the tunnel and hits the back, dies. Right, I like it. Right, next we've got Jennifer Check, the Smile Entity, and Toby, and they're fighting in a mansion. And one comes out alive. 3, 2, 1. Toby. See, I'm thinking Jennifer has no chance. What is she going to do? Buy it. Smile Entity can't exist because Jennifer is the only human. She hasn't watched anyone die. Smile Entity is just gone. Just like death. Non-existent. Implodes. But then how the fuck's Jennifer gonna vampire bite Toby from Paranormal Activity? Toby, he's in his element as well. He's in a house.
What's Toby gonna do?
He can pull her around. He can like grip her and stuff. Toby can physically do things. He throws chairs around, whatever. And he's in his element. He's in a mansion. He's not in like Tokyo, wherever he was last time. He's in a house. He's just throwing her around, pulling her hair like he does that one girl Paranormal Activity 3. Throws her down the stairs, stacks things on her.
Hey, I'll go with yours.
Yes, is that the first one that I've made you change your mind on? I wanted Jennifer to win, I did want her to win, but she had no chance. Next, Pearl versus King Kong versus Godzilla. Oh, we literally had a film like 2 years ago called King Kong versus Godzilla. Now we've got Pearl versus King Kong versus Godzilla. Make that happen, A24. And we're in one of Jigsaw's trap rooms.
Which one?
You can make up whatever trap you want. I can't even remember who won in the film. I can't remember who wins the fight. You're right in the spine here. 3, 2, 1. King Kong.
Godzilla.
Oh! Okay, I wasn't sure out of the two, so I might, depending on your story.
Say my thing, right? The trap is the one that has all the barbed wire.
Oh yeah,
It's all around it, right? So what happens is Pearl and King Kong are like. What?
I'm just picturing Pearl in a room with King Kong and Godzilla trying to fight them.
Like when King Kong are like fighting each other, but then they get trapped. They're all in like this wire, and King Kong is just getting ripped apart by all the wire. Like picture like a monkey like in barbed wire. It's not going to go well. And so does Pearl. Pearl's like
he's not a monkey. Gorilla, isn't he? He's a giant gorilla.
Sorry.
Just a big monkey.
And Pearl's getting all cut up as well, but she's quite like feisty, you know. So she ends
feistier than King Kong.
She ends up axing King Kong's head off.
She kills King Kong.
Yeah. In this barbed wire.
King Kong's head is huge.
Yeah, she managed.
She just does it
so,
a bunch
like,
of times, or
crazy.
in one swoop.
Like a bunch of times.
Okay.
But then when she's trying to get to Godzilla, she just dies from like being ripped apart by the barbed wire. And Godzilla's so big, like the barbed wire doesn't really hurt him much. It just feels like a paper cut.
I do like the idea of Pearl killing King Kong. But if we're talking something that makes a bit more sense. So they're all stuck,
it's like King Kong's like trapped in a cage.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you can't get out.
But
he's stuck.
Okay, we'll keep that. But I was thinking, if we're talking your barbed wire room, Godzilla's stuck, but he has the torpedo mouth breathing thing. So you can do that from afar and shoot through.
Who?
Godzilla, he has the... where he like...
Well, why didn't you pick him then?
Oh yeah.
You picked King Kong.
Yeah, I know. I just like King Kong better.
He's defending King Kong.
But I think that's how he should kill Pearl. Like Pearl should go down in a blaze of glory. She gets killed by a giant.
Okay, I didn't know that he did that.
I said that in the last round.
Okay.
So Pearl kills King Kong and Godzilla kills Pearl. Next we've got Sasha Rasimov, forgot you even went through, versus Christine versus Jack Torrance. And we are in the cannibal jungle from the Green Inferno. So there is cannibals around. 3, 2, 1. Christine. Yeah. It's so obvious. So, Sasha Rasimov, I don't remember much about his character, but I assume he's like a pussy when it comes to actual action. So he's running away, the cannibals are chasing him, he's like, ah. They've caught them trapped in a cage, just like in the Green Inferno. They pull Sasha Rasimov out, they start eating him, just like they do to that guy in Green Inferno, yeah. He's getting ripped apart, tortured just like he does to people. And Christine comes in, runs over a bunch of cannibals, accidentally hits the cage that Jack's in so he can escape. He comes out, he's whacking Christine with the axe, he's like, ah, just like he does to the door in The Shining. He does a lot of damage, he destroys the windshield, he does a lot of damage, but the surviving cannibals surround him, they're like eating him, he's fighting them off with axes, and then Christine just runs him over.
That's literally what I was going to say.
The exact same thing. Wow. We got the remaining Ladomas family, I believe there was 5 left, versus Belle and Genesis versus the Thing. And they are fighting in, an escape room from Escape Room. 3, 2, 1, the Thing. It's the easiest one, yeah.
So the escape room that they're in is the one where it gets really hot, doesn't it?
It's like a fire room, that's the only one I can remember, yeah.
No, actually, let's go with that one where they're like around the edges of a room. I think, is it upside down? And then basically it's just like a massive drop.
How are they hanging upside down?
No, there's like there's bits of the side of the wall that they can like stand on.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But they like go into the wall, I think, so it gets smaller. And the Domas family is like trying to work out the escape room. They are like confused by everything. Belle and Genesis are like letting them deal with it, but then Belle ends up falling, so she dies first.
Which one's Belle? Is she Anna Damas?
She's, right, she falls. The Thing has attached to one of the Dormas family, and he gets like ripped apart and he dies. Then it goes on to another Dormas family and he dies as well.
So they're just being killed off by the Thing.
Yeah. And
while
then,
Genesis is...
Genesis can't figure out the room, so she dies of the room from the
What, with Tommy Wiseau?
The Thing gets like, how many people in the family are there?
You've killed 2 of them, so there's 3 more.
The Thing gets 4 kills. Belle and Genesis both die.
Kill themselves from the escape room.
Yeah.
What about the last man? How about he thinks he's beaten the Thing? He's like, okay, I feel like I'm normal. And then it comes out of Genesis's dead body from down there and just like grabs him and pulls him down or whatever.
Or there's that guy left and Genesis is left.
Mm-hmm.
And Genesis is like, go up there and get that key, we need it. Or no,
it's a good impression.
No, she's like, hold my hand, and then, because basically the key's like below them, so they can't get to it. So she's like, oh, I'll hold you while you go and get it. And then Jackson just like lets go of him. She ends up killing him.
And then she kills herself. Well, she doesn't kill herself.
She can't figure it out.
Yeah, okay. Belle and Genesis get a nice little kill there, and the Thing gets 4. I think we must have got rid of pretty much all of the humans now. I don't think the humans can survive round 2. Right, we've got Sweeney Todd versus the Lassa Glass versus Pinhead. And they are fighting in... Oh, wow. What are the odds of this? We've got loads of weird coincidences. A church. That is where you put the Lassa Glass in Tokyo.
It just stays there, and then those 2 get put in there.
3, 2, 1, Lassa Glass. It's just going to be objects in the final. It's going to be objects and giant creatures in the finals. Alright, so my scenario. The Lassa Glass is still in the church from the previous round, which is such a weird coincidence. And then Pinhead and Sweeney Todd spawn in. Straight away, Sweeney Todd gets fucking chained by Pinhead. I wanted him dead last time, he killed Dennis. Pinhead's really pissed off that he killed Dennis, because Pinhead's a big fan of It's Always Sunny. So he chains him in the face. He swings him around. I don't think it would ever do that in the film, but he swings him round, throws him. It smashes the Lassa Glass because he throws him out the Lassa Glass. He doesn't even notice. He's like, "What's this thing? And where's the other guy I'm supposed to be fighting?" So that's how Pinhead talks.
No, he just cracks it a bit, I think.
Yeah, okay, he cracks it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry. And then I'll let you take it from here.
Okay, so the glass gets cracked, but then he notices that the crack starts like repairing itself. Mm-hmm. So he's like, "What?" So he like goes up to it and looks at it, and he's like confused. And then,
but can you do an impression of Pinhead? So like, what?
What is this?
What?
Like, oh, my throat really hurts. Right, then you can do the next bit.
Oh, we're doing like a one-word story kind of thing.
Do that bit.
Yeah, but you know more about Oculus than me because you've seen it more times. So I think you could create a better scenario out of Oculus. Whereas I don't remember exactly what the mirror does. I know it like controls people, makes them see things differently. It
like makes you do things as well, or it can literally just make you not eat or drink. Like forget.
Oh, so he could starve Pinhead to death. Yeah. I don't know if Pinhead really needs to eat, but
Pinhead could end up
chaining himself.
No, like drowning in the holy water.
He puts his head in the holy water and drowns. I think that's a bit of a bitch way to go out.
What else is in a church?
A big Jesus cross statue falls on Pinhead.
But that has it doesn't make things fall.
Pinhead chains it towards him, crushes him, and it's all ironic because Pinhead is from hell and Jesus is from heaven. Yeah, parallels. Pinhead gets a kill though, and so does Lassaglass. I think I've said Lassaglass different every single time I've said it. Oh, we're in 4s now, so there are our matchups of 4. We've got the Engineer versus Tristana Medeiros versus Siren versus Julia and Frank Cotton. Julia and Frank Cotton outlived Pinhead.
Who is that?
They're the 2 people from Hellraiser. It's weird because I randomised who would be in this one rather than part 2, and every single one from Hellraiser is in it, and that's like the one with the most characters. And they're fighting in the sewers. Just regular old sewers. Or you can pick a sewers from a film if you can think of one. Is only one going to come out alive, or 2 of them? Oh! 2 of them. Okay, so it's different this time. We have got more than one survivor.
Okay, ready? 3,
2, 1.
The Siren and the Engineer.
Wait, is that who survives? Because I realised we didn't
Yeah.
discuss it. I've written the same thing, yeah.
Well, the Siren can like fly, so just like flying through
Just
the
slightly
sewer.
above them.
Just like flying through the fucking spikers.
What the fun people in jetpacks. Siren barely flies in the film, and we've just resorted to she's flying the whole time, having battles with people.
Tristana ends up killing Julia, and the Siren kills Frank,
Okay.
and then them 2 left.
There's 3 left. You only killed Julia and Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't kill Tristana.
And then the Engineer kills Tristana because like she's quite like slow.
I'd go pretty similar, but Julia and Frank Cotton are all about seducing, whereas Siren is against that. That's specifically what she does. She kills people who try and like seduce her and take advantage of her. Like she's her normal woman self, so try and seduce her, and then she turns all powerful, kills them both. I think she gets them both. And then I agree with you, the Engineer, because it's kind of his element. He's in a slimy place. It's like a tight sewer, just like the hallway that he's in the film. And he goes after Tristana, who's running after her.
Yeah.
Pulls her apart. Do you agree Siren gets both Julia and Frank?
Yeah.
Cool. The Siren and the Engineer are through. Next we've got the Poltergeist versus the Lipstick Face Demon versus Chatterer versus Pennywise. And they're fighting in a graveyard. Nice and simple. And how many are coming out alive? 1 is coming out alive. This is tough. This is tough. What exactly does the Lipstick Face Demon do again? I don't even remember what he does. He takes the child into the thing, but does he do anything to him in there? Does he have a fight?
He chains it up and
Just leaves him there.
Well, he can like climb on walls.
3, 2, 1. Pennywise.
They're in a graveyard.
Yeah,
She's a ghost.
yeah, you're right. I just didn't want another ghost to go through. We've got so many ghosts.
But, like, probably don't.
Well, all I remember is Toby went through, and Toby's a more memorable one to me. I don't remember much about Poltergeist
Yeah,
at all.
she's in a graveyard.
I'll let you take this one because I'll change my mind and agree that Poltergeist does win.
The Lipstick Face Demon doesn't have any walls to climb on.
The boy at Brahms would not do well here, would he?
So, it's not working out for him. The Chatterer. He kills Pennywise.
I had Pennywise winning.
Picking up a gravestone and whacking it over his head.
And then chattering on him.
Yeah. And
They've all got unique mouths. Chatterer's got the Chatterer, Lipstick's got lipstick, and Pennywise has a big smile, can smile.
And then the lipstick-faced demon.
You struggled with that one, did you?
Yeah, gets killed by the poltergeist.
I don't even remember what the Poltergeist does. I'm guessing he does similar stuff to Toby, where he can just control
Wait,
things.
can the poltergeist only come out of a TV?
No, you're thinking of The Ring. Although I think Poltergeist does have something to do with TVs as well. But he does control... I remember he controls things, because he controls like a clown toy box in the film. So he definitely... Oh, and Pennywise is a
The
clown.
poltergeist, like, controls the dead people in the
Oh.
ground, who then all just, like, gang up on the lipstick-faced demon. So he just gets killed.
Nice. Poltergeist fans are going to be like, he can't do that actually, he can't control zombies.
And then the poltergeist kills the Chatterer by burying him in the ground.
Oh, okay. So he just suffocates, he leaves him there until he dies. Right, so Poltergeist gets 2, Chatterer gets 1, Poltergeist survives. I'll back it. Alright, next. Oh, it's refreshed itself. Lovely.
Must be 1-3.
Reckon?
That's what it does that.
Oh, does it? Oh, you might be right, you know. Let's check. Jennifer, check. Round 3. Our first matchup is Jason Voorhees versus Toby versus Cloverfield. And they're fighting in Leatherface's house, which is a bit awkward because he does not appear in this part. He's obviously in part 2. I don't know how I'm going to make this scenario. Is it you or me? Alright, we'll just see what we say first. 3, 2, 1. Jason. Okay.
All I was going to say was Toby and Cloverfield are just battling out with each other.
Mm.
And then they end up both dying.
Well, I was...
killing each other. And then
how does
Jason's
Cloverfield kill a ghost?
Because he's so like big that Toby can't really do anything because he can't like throw him around because he's so big. So Toby's like, maybe I'll do better if I like come out in my true form.
It's a sludge monster thing. I was saying last time, Toby's in his element because he's in a house. Now he's in another house. But what happened to Cloverfield last time when he was in a small location that he spawned in? He destroyed it. So the house is automatically gone. Jason climbs out the rubble easily. Toby can't do much, like you say. He's battling out with Cloverfield. He can't do much to Jason. Yeah, he's pathetic. He feels pathetic because he can't do anything to these two people. There's no humans to kill. Feeds on fear. And then, yeah, I guess he comes out as this sludge monster. I don't know if you can kill the sludge monster because they never made a film.
He doesn't cry, he dies in there.
He dies in where?
In the rubble.
Toby, he dies in the rubble. Wait, the rubble's there straight away. So he dies with the house.
Yeah.
Because he's like in the walls of the house. He's part of the house. He dies with the house. That was a bit of fake out. But how else are we going to kill out? How else are we going to kill Toby? Yeah, let's go for it. And then Jason and Cloverfield having a big fight. Cloverfield whacks him, but Jason can't be beat. He stabs his machete into his foot, so he can't lift it because he's holding him down. And he climbs up, runs up him, starts stabbing him, cutting him up on his head while he's sitting on his shoulder, and he just whacks his head until it comes off, just like Pearl did to King Kong. I actually foreshadowed this at the beginning, but failed to mention it coming full circle now because I forgot that I said it. But basically, Cloverfield killed Mama Voorhees in the very first matchup, and now Jason has come back for revenge and is slicing him up, you know, doing his thing, and it makes more sense that he beat him because he's angry that he killed his mum. Alright, next matchup, we have Christine versus Godzilla versus The Thing. And again, only one survivor. They are in the beach from Old. Oh, this might mix things up a little bit. Oh, my voice cracked. I don't know. 3, 2, 1, The Thing. That's tough though.
Yeah, but my reasoning makes sense.
Alright.
Because Christine's a car and he ends up going into the water.
It just drives in water. Christine just drives in water.
Because he's trying to fight Godzilla. Godzilla picks it up, throws it in the water. So Christine, the car just drowns in the water. And then The Thing affects Godzilla and like fucks him all up. And then he ends up getting so fucked up, and then he falls into the sea. I
was thinking we can't have this location and not use it. So
really
I'm thinking I'll take the Christine thing. Yeah, he throws in water. Car's fucked. Godzilla's too big for The Thing. He can't do much to him. He can't get out of his belly. The Thing, we see his final form at the end, kind of, and he's like 3 times the size of a human, maybe. So he's still not really doing much damage to Godzilla. But Godzilla is a living like creature. So he gets old, he gets affected by the beach. Over time they're having a long fight and it's just going on for ages, and Godzilla after like 3 hours, he's an old man with his little walking stick and he can't take it anymore, and then he tries to breathe his electric breath or whatever it is, but he can't do it because he's just too old, and then he just dies peacefully from old age. The Thing technically doesn't get a kill that one.
No.
Oh.
Christine and Godzilla have a fight.
Christine's just ramming his foot.
And then the metal goes into Godzilla. He ends up getting rust poisoning.
Because rust acts as poison when it gets into your bloodstream.
Yeah, so he ends up getting rust poisoning, and then that eventually kills him off.
Because he's like ramming his ankle, and Godzilla's like, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah.
And then he like goes to pick it up. Oh no, he does pick it up.
Yeah,
throws it,
yeah.
And then he's like,
yeah, but then he gets rust poisoning and dies.
Yeah, I like that. And The Thing, we'll say, just to make it a bit more interesting, The Thing has aged a little bit because the fight went on for a while. So in the next round, maybe he's a bit older. Okay, a matchup of 4. We've got the Poltergeist versus the Engineer versus Siren versus the Lasser Glass. They are fighting in the lighthouse from The Lighthouse is basically just such an isolated place that makes people go crazy. Is only one survivor coming out, or is there going to be two? Oh, only one survivor. 3, 2, 1. The Lasser Glass. It can't lose, can it? There's no way to beat the Lasser Glass. I was trying to think of a way. I was like, we've got to kill off the Lasser Glass. I was trying to think of a way, but I couldn't.
Yeah, but it's like the way that...
Is it my turn, sorry, or your turn? Okay. They're all in the lighthouse. It's a very tight location. Obviously in the film they've got like more parts, but this is specifically the lighthouse. So the engineer and Siren are having a physical fight. You know, they're the only two actual physical beings. Siren pulls off the engineer's penis like she does in VHS. I assume he has a penis. And then she kills him basically. She rips him apart or whatever. She flies up, drops him on the ground. Then she notices the Lasser Glass and she starts going crazy and seeing things. But she sees the poltergeist, so she can actually see this thing as a thing because the Lasser Glass has caused her to see it. So then she's having a fight with poltergeist. She kills the poltergeist in the fight, and then the Lasser Glass causes her to jump off the top of the lighthouse. Do you back that?
Yeah.
Okay, we got rid of the ghosts. We got rid of all the ghost guys. Now, my idea was, that's it. These three go into part 2 and battle the winners from that.
Who are the winners?
We have 3 people who survived. We have the Lasser Glass, Jason Voorhees, and The Thing. Those are titans, I'd say. I think they're well deserved.
Yeah.
So when we do part 2, which is the rest of the horror villains, obviously some iconic ones were missing this time, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, they will all fight the ones in part 2, and then the people who make it into the finals of that will go against these 3. That's it. I hope you liked it. It's a brand new idea. We'll definitely do more if you guys like it. We'll do it with any characters from anything. Disney villains, Disney heroes,
Friends
characters. That would be quite good. That would be quite interesting actually. Game of Thrones characters, SpongeBob characters, literally anything. We'll pit them up against each other in this same way. Hopefully it'll kick off a new series. It was really fun doing it, I thought.
Go watch Oculus.
Go watch Oculus, yeah. I've realised one of the winners, people might not have seen the film that it comes from, but it's actually a really good film. Mike Flanagan, he's obviously huge now, but it was his second film, and it's really good. Probably his best film in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, go watch that. Obviously, if you haven't seen Friday the 13th and The Thing, go watch that because they also won. And thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
What did you say?
Thanks for watching.
Oh, please like and subscribe. Go watch our tournament videos. Recommend other characters we could do this format in, and
see you for part 2.
See you for part 2.
Right.
Unless this flops and gets 50 views.
Bye.
Bye.